Hello, this is Ryan Higgins at the Comics Conspiracy News Desk. It is 7:25 p.m. on Tuesday, May 15th, and we are going to go ahead and call it right now. At 44% of the votes, we are giving the Cable #1 Fan Award to Charlie West. 44 to 42%. Other networks. They had Bryce in the lead leading up to about the 7 o'clock hour, but unfortunately for Bryce and Bryce supporters at the last minute that there was a couple swing votes, couple key demographics, couple key districts did unfortunately for Bryce and his followers switch over to Charlie, who did take a narrow victory here. Again, 7:25 p.m. on West Coast time. We are calling the win for Charlie West. I believe Charlie is approaching the podium now. We would like to talk to Charlie here. Charlie, myself and a few other networks have started to call the winning for you. We believe you have won the Cable #1 Fan Contest on Twitter. We want to. Can you obviously? You are very graceful in your win. Do you have words for Bryce, words for your followers as well? The nation is looking to you, Charlie.
Hear me, podcast listeners, one and all. This is a great day for celebration. At long last, we had an official poll for who is the #1 Cable fan, and the truth was finally revealed.
Do you have a job?
Shh, don't interrupt him.
I, Charlie, have been voted by you, the #1 Cable fan on the podcast. Bryce Larsen quotes took to Twitter in a post that will go down in history. The exact tweet said, "It is time to settle this once and for all with the most important poll in Twitter history. Who is the biggest Cable fan?" And in the end, that's exactly what you did. I have so many people to thank for this immense honor. Thank you to all our listeners.
Come on, keep going.
Keep going. This is awesome.
I lost it. Hold the joy in.
You lost.
Come on. Hold the joy in.
Thank you to all our listeners, especially those who voted for me. A very special thank you to my wife, who put up with Bryce on and off the podcast.
Confirmed.
Ryan, who created a podcast where Cable is so loved that 3 people on it all desired the #1 spot. But we all know that in the end, there could be only one. Toby, who sat next to me since day one and who has never failed to support my claim to be the #1 Cable fan.
What about when he's asleep on the floor? What about when he's not on the podcast?
Brock, who has made sure I was aware of every bit of Cable merchandise and previews with the statement, "You are so screwed this month." Jim, who was the wild card in the poll and who accepted defeat with grace and dignity befitting a Cable fan. Bryce, who has sat at the table and geeked out about Cable with me more than anyone in history and who is presently enjoying his very sour grapes. And most of all, a huge thank you to Bryce Larsen Quotes, who made all this possible.
All right, now we do have some pundits around the table we'd like to reach out to.
No, it's my turn, right?
We have a concession speech. Okay, well, I mean, usually they want to go back to the polls and wait till the morning, but I mean, it looks like
we don't have that much time, Higgins.
A surprise, Bryce Larsen's actually going to give his concession speech. So here we go. Let's go over to Bryce.
Good evening. Just moments ago, I spoke with Charlie W. West and congratulated him on becoming the #1 Cable fan of the Comics Conspiracy podcast. And I promised him that I wouldn't call him back or text him late at night again. I offered to meet with him as soon as possible so that we can start to heal the divisions of the Comics Conspiracy podcast and the contest through which we've just passed. Almost a century and a half ago, Cable landed in Marvel Comics, even though it was less time than that. And what I just lost my place. So I'm with you, Mr. West, and God bless you. In the same spirit, I say to all of you fuckers, what remains of partisan rancor must now be put aside, and may God bless Charlie's stewardship of this great honor. Neither Charlie nor myself anticipated this long and difficult road. Certainly neither of us wanted it to happen, yet it came, and now it is ended, resolved as it must be resolved, through the honored institutions of our democracy. P.S. Go fuck yourselves.
Now, we do have our pundits, Brock Sager, Jim Jokisch, Scott Shea, and Cameron, of course, Toby Sidler, sitting around the table. We will have much more conversation about this, I'm sure, throughout the rest of the podcast. We do have our traditional news to get to, so let's get to that. But I want to thank you guys for tuning into Comics Conspiracy News, and hopefully you guys all enjoyed the celebration today by Charlie. I think a gracious loss by Bryce. We will have to, 4 more years from now, we'll have to do this all again. Unless Charlie's impeached in a few months, but you never know where these things go these days. But we'll move on from here. Yes.
Russian votes.
How many Russian bots actually did vote in this election? I mean, we'll never know.
Fake news was spread amongst the Facebook account.
It is. Yeah. Bernie Sanders over here took a couple of votes from you, so
he certainly did, and it should be acknowledged by everybody listening.
We lost it again.
Surprisingly, he's still holding the cameras up.
Hey, that's professionalism right there.
Bernie Jokisch over here.
I just want it to be known by everybody listening that I lost by 1 vote. If you don't count the winner's
You won the popular
wife.
vote, though. That's what matters. So
The what?
you won the popular vote, though. That's what matters.
No.
I would have won the popular vote if it wasn't for Jim and Charlie's wife. So,
All Charlie's voters.
That can't go wrong.
no, other than Charlie's wife, I lost by 1 vote, and Jim siphoned off a bunch of votes.
I voted for Charlie.
Yeah, big surprise there.
I didn't vote for anyone. I stayed very neutral in this.
Jim voted for Jim. Of course.
I don't even think that I voted. Basically, I should have won. Or at least
Did you Kushner this?
at least tied.
Did you just pull a full Kushner on this, and you just didn't even get out and vote? Like
Did you not vote for yourself?
Is that Kushner? Is that a thing?
I think one of them didn't vote.
So-
yeah.
So I may or may not have voted for myself, but Nadia did vote for Charlie, and my wife did not vote for me because she doesn't have a Twitter account.
She voted for Charlie through me. She called me, said, Scott, put in your vote.
Create a fake account and vote for
That's weird. She says she was sexting you.
and then Scott put in a vote for me.
After.
Got it. Timing. Hashtag.
All right, let's move on with this podcast. Thank you, everyone, for putting up with our silliness there. Toby, you could put those cameras down and move in front of our microphone. Any day now. Hello. Why do you have 2 iPhones pointed at me?
You had to get both angles.
He's going to edit them and get us back the footage in 2022.
Yeah, right. That soon? So in case you did not know, there was a poll
What episode is
this
this?
past week. I don't know. I said it. Didn't I?
No, you didn't. You just went
you
straight
didn't.
into the news.
Oh, 355. There you go.
What?
I said, what did I say, June? It's probably May 15th? That sounds right.
Sounds
May 15th. May 15th. There was an internet poll on who actually was the number 1 cable fan, and Charlie did take that vote. So it's tough loss. Anyway, we have so much comic news to talk about this week. Let's talk about some comic news.
We've been talking about it since we started.
The lesser news stories of the week.
Let's talk about somebody we lost.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I was going to say that till a little bit later, but no, we can do that.
Who's running the show, Jim? Is it Higgins or you?
Yes.
Well, I have
Yes.
some comic news and some TV show news. So we can start with the TV movie stuff. Age 69, Margot Kidder passed away. Lois Lane from the four Christopher Reeve Superman movies. Does anyone know her kind of backstory past Superman? I think I heard like she maybe a little bit like Carrie Fisher not have a great life after those Superman movies. I think she had some
problems in the 90s. She had some mental issues in the 90s.
with Margot Kidder.
And
Yeah,
I believe she ended up homeless. If I'm not correct.
I don't remember. I do recall hearing some stories that she had some pretty rough time, and that stuff, man. Whew.
Wasn't she found like in the some backyard in Fresno or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds right. I don't know. I don't remember the whole story.
That was quite a while back now.
Yeah,
Right.
It's very sad she passed away.
But DC brought her back for a little while. She was in Smallville.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Until she refused to be in like the episode after Christopher Reeves died.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in a couple episodes of Smallville as well. Yeah.
And then they brought her in as like a representative of his, and then when he actually like passed, they wanted her to be on the show, and she
more
refused.
regularly. Yeah, I remember that. So very sad. Obviously sad when anyone dies, but the kind of the comic people in our general our interests. You never want to see that. So super sad. So yeah, I think a lot of those people. Christopher Reeves died. Who's still alive from those?
Jimmy Olsen.
I
think he's still alive.
Yeah, he was pretty
also.
young. Yeah. Who was he in Smallville?
He played a Kryptonian. He played a Kryptonian who was living on Earth with blue kryptonite, keeping his powers off him.
God, I barely remember that.
Yep. Oh, it was only a couple episodes.
Yeah. Other comic news for the movie stuff, and a couple of these are just kind of some quick hits, but there's a few bigger topics I want to talk about. Talk today that the Gambit movie is going to start shooting this summer. I don't believe it for a second.
Is that like how you didn't believe for a second that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was going to get picked up?
We'll talk about S.H.I.E.L.D. in a minute. This Gambit movie, it needs to not happen.
Stop fucking hating.
It's such an on-again, off-again thing.
This movie's going to happen, and Silver and Black is going to fucking happen. It's going to be the best Toby year ever. And Nightwing movie's coming out the same year, too.
Is it still what's his name? Channing Tatum?
Hey.
As Gambit?
Why do you got to bring Toby down like this?
Yeah.
Be positive for once about something like this.
Yeah, what are you representing, the hub?
Yeah. Turn in some sunshine, man.
No, I just
turn it up.
This would be the magic mic of comic
all
movies.
these Fox movies.
Positive vibes might get you a fucking Nova movie the year after, so be nice.
God, I don't want a Nova movie. Hell no.
Nomad, he said.
He said
No,
Nova.
I said Nova.
I was trying to get
Because they would just bring in stupid kid Nova, and I don't want that. I want a real Nova. No, but with the
Speedball movie,
with a Gambit movie, we're hopefully dodging that New Warriors TV show bullet. With a Gambit movie though, like there's so many movies that Fox has in some level of production, and like they've delayed all their movies that are coming out soon. Almost all of them, they've delayed or canceled them. So, like, why would this one happen?
We have the Disney merger was happening, and now it might be the
we don't even
like Comcast. Like it's up in the air.
Well, I mean, merger stuff is still happening. It just may change who they're selling their properties to.
Yeah. So, I mean, if a Gambit movie's, like anything, if it's well done, cool. But this movie's had such a on-again, off-again production schedule for years now. I don't see why this time would change. But I don't know.
Because this time they're going to put a Deadpool cameo in there. And that's going to just drive movie tickets up.
Well,
I would have said a Cable cameo, Charlie, but you know how it is.
Yeah, but Cable has standards.
Isn't X-Force? Are they basically going straight into X-Force?
I'm not sure if you're insulting me or Gambit or Cable or Deadpool. You're insulting somebody. I know it's in there.
I feel like he's insulting everybody.
I think it's just Toby. Are they going straight into the X-Force movie next?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's got to start filming like immediately after Deadpool's out this week.
Deadpool's 3 is basically.
Yeah, X-Force.
1.
Yeah. Well, no, X-Force is basically Deadpool 3.
Yes, that's what I just said.
Well, the other way, but yeah, sure.
Same fucking idea. Give it the program.
Guys, if there's an equal sign in between, it doesn't matter which direction you say it.
The other big thing before we get to some of the TV talk, did you guys see the Young Justice team?
Fuck yes!
That they've got? It's the Outsiders.
Yeah!
And some other
Even your fool is in there.
characters.
Geoforce.
Well,
Yeah.
Nice.
some of them, like Nightwing, Katana, Metamorpho,
Yeah!
Yeah.
normal looking.
Yeah!
In this picture, they also have
Geoforce! You should say yeah!
Yeah.
There you go!
They have Superboy. Who else do they have in that big group
Wait,
shot?
what's Superboy?
Why are you screaming?
Connor.
Okay, Connor. It's not Prime.
No.
No.
All right, good.
No.
Connor
This
in the entire show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Black Lightning and
Bumblebee?
Tigress, Artemis, right?
Okay.
But this is like her undercover, the one from season 2. But they have Geoforce, who, I mean, I guess is Geoforce.
It's totally Geoforce.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like him.
Because he's trying to be like Gambit.
What colors?
I mean, he's green. He's got red hair.
Who's the short guy with 4 arms?
It's Ben 10. Gambit the program.
What?
It does look like Ben 10.
He has jumped ship from Ben 10 to join the Young
Metamorpho.
Yeah.
Who's this?
I think that's either Thunder or it's...
Yeah, it's...
Is it Thunder?
I think it's supposed to be... I think it's supposed to be Lightning.
Wait. It's not Lightning?
No, I think it's supposed to be Lightning. And then the other guy, I think, is
Toby,
one of those...
Lightning?
I think it's Thunder.
Pretty sure it's Lightning. But the other guy is, I think, one of the Reach guys who was the Season 2 kind of villain team. They call him, in one of the articles here, they call him Red Beetle, but I don't remember that
Red
at all.
Beetle?
Alternate Universe Ben 10.
Well,
Yeah, it's Ben 10. Let's just be honest.
okay. I never saw Ben 10.
What is the Ben 10?
You have kids.
It's a kid's show.
How have you not seen Ben 10?
Ben 10's...
I have a kid that
There's
is of age of watching. Oh, I have
There's
two kids,
more
but
versions
only
of
one
Ben
is.
10 than there's with the Turtles.
GT Live.
Ben 10's like 15 years old at this point. So.
Yeah, but it's got new revisions more than Turtles do.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, it's so Cartoon Network kind of has this weird policy of we'll go about 50 episodes, then we have to rebrand and retitle our show, and then go another 50 episodes and rebrand and retitle our show,
right.
and then go another 50 episodes. So yeah, they've gone through like 7 Ben 10 shows or something.
Yeah, and didn't he change age more than Cable did?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he went old, then he went young, and then he went back to a teenager, then he went old again.
I'm certain you're just baiting me.
Not really, I'm just saying the truth.
Well, I am super excited for Young Justice to finally come back. But
Yeah.
the bigger news here, we talked about some of this last week.
No. The bigger news is the Titans show, not your stupid, silly little Doom Patrol show.
Well, it's all of this. So we talked about the DC Universe, how there's going to be the live-action Titans show. They are already spinning Doom Patrol out of it.
It's
The show
fucking
hasn't
phenomenal.
even aired yet.
That just means it's going to be that awesome.
And so the Doom Patrol are originally showing up in the Titans show. They've already announced a Doom Patrol
It must be
series.
just that awesome.
I mean, I love...
I'm assuming if it's spinning out of Titans.
Nice.
Yeah, I love Doom Patrol. But yeah, so another show. Another show on top of all these other shows that is going to be premiering on the DC Universe channel. I don't have time for this.
So we have
You could quit your
Young
job.
Justice and Harley Quinn that are animated,
Yep.
and then we have 4 live action or 3 live
3. Titans, Doom Patrol, and
Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing is live action?
Yeah, Swamp Thing's live action. Now, there's also
With
the
Muppets?
What?
Is it with Muppets?
I don't think so.
Or CGI.
I would
Well, I'm
assume.
sure it will have
I
some
hope
amount of
it's with
CGI.
Muppets.
I don't think we're getting a Muppet Swamp
We
Thing
have
show.
to. It will look so much better.
But there's also the possibility of Lucifer, because Lucifer was canceled by Fox. Of all the superhero shows, it was the only comic show canceled. And
Will
we're- and
there
they're
actually be more like Lucifer and Constantine is going to show up
and
in that
they're
show?
adding-
Because that would be awesome!
and they're adding like 10 more comic shows on top of everything that's already out.
Ryan, you do have time.
No, I don't.
Play them in the shop.
I have work to do here. I wouldn't watch them.
Sure, you call it work.
Look, Charlie can do it. You can do it.
You tweet 100 times a day.
Just stop tweeting
Stop tweeting!
and start watching comic
if you
shows.
scaled your tweeting back by like 50% or less.
No.
I bet you.
Or wait, more?
I bet you troll Twitter at least
He just has to start
30
watching,
minutes of every hour.
He just has to start watching everything
Spread out.
No, he not. Don't, dude, to be honest, fucking Ryan has a thought. Instead of telling everybody that's in the store, he goes and tells the fucking internet about it.
No.
Yeah.
And I just like to picture everybody in the stores like phones, like
Bing,
bing,
bing, bing, bing.
and then responding to it.
I don't know if I follow you on Twitter.
Then how do you know this?
You should
I follow
definitely
you.
Not.
I don't. Does anybody follow me on Twitter?
I follow you. I follow you. but,
So
but you don't do
disappointing.
anything. That's the problem.
He swims.
But so we have even more shows.
So everybody needs to
Everything got
add
picked
Scott
up.
Shea and just
I
make
hope
him
Lucifer comes back.
Everything got picked up except for Lucifer. So Lucifer's ending at the end of season 3, and it ends like tonight or last night or something on a cliffhanger too.
Of all the shows,
nice.
this is the show you're watching.
I like Lucifer; it's really good. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got picked up for a half season for season 6.
How can Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. get picked up and Lucifer get dumped?
It picked up for this final season.
Right?
No. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did not get picked up for its final season.
Well, it got picked up for a half season, and
Yeah.
people believe it's
No.
the final season.
ABC has said that this is not picked up as the final season. It doesn't mean that it won't end up being the final season, but they are not.
But it was advertised today as the 6th and final season.
Oh, you know what happened? Half the episodes disappeared because Thanos.
No, the ABC president today put out a statement saying that they could see it going past this next season.
Well, what is the final season is Gotham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they picked up Gotham for a 5th and final season, which
5 seasons is a good run.
yeah. I mean, I gave up on that show so long ago, but
So did I.
Fox canceled fucking half the shows they have on TV. Like,
Well, supposedly they have some sort of like sports contract or something that's
yeah.
eating up a lot of their
and baseball
hours.
eats up a bunch of it, and so yeah, it's crazy. So the Mick, which is another one of my not a comic show, I love the Mick, that got canceled. Tons of stuff got canceled.
Did you watch Always Sunny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mix sounds like such a random thing for you to like.
It's
You
very
watch
similar.
Always in Sunny?
Yeah, Always Sunny is great. It's very similar to Always Sunny. It's the same actress. It's what's her name?
I know, that's why I
yeah,
literally
just-
brought it up.
Sweet D. Yeah,
You watch
Always-
that?
Her
Always
name
Sunny.
is Deandra.
Always
Yeah.
Sunny.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Yeah, Always Sunny is amazing.
Do not understand this man at all.
Yeah,
Why?
He's an enigma wrapped in
Yeah.
a riddle, wrapped in a cable comic.
Fucking all over the place.
Why?
You like really horseshit shits. And then you like good stuff.
Like Always Sunny.
Take that.
Yeah.
Always Sunny is great. Do you watch the Mick?
No?
It's really funny. It's very similar to Always Sunny. Yeah,
I don't understand him.
Nobody understands him.
I understand me.
No, you
But so many comic shows. We don't. I have a feeling we're going to find out way more about this in San Diego. I think they're going to have kind of maybe costumes or more pieces because I know Warner Brothers still has a Hall H panel. So my hope is we'll see the first shots, maybe a trailer for a lot of these shows, some info on DC Universe. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I would like
just hope
to think.
that however it's included in my cable package on the phone, that it's actually included all.
Yeah.
Watch, it's going to be every show but Outsiders and Titans, and I'm going to be really mad.
Outsiders.
You know what I love
I
more than
find it-
Charlie is Cable's package.
You talking about Young Justice, or you talking about Doom
Yes,
Patrol?
Young Justice Fool.
Oh, Outsiders. Yeah. No, I mean it's all or nothing. If DirecTV has the DC stuff as part of the package, then yeah, you'll get it all.
I still find
Pick
that
the right
weird that it would be on
package.
anything if it's supposed to be a streaming.
Right. I have no idea. I mean, they have
I think
those.
it's their own Netflix.
They have those DC like promo videos that are out there as part of it now. So I don't know if that's actually DC Universe or if that's just a separate thing. I have no clue. Because like Roku will have random like channels of like
Yeah.
promotional material and stuff out there, but it's not like a paid channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how any of that works. But I am super
What
excited
the
for all
fuck
that
is
stuff.
that?
Sounded like a doorbell.
Fucking
Dude,
ding
that is
dong.
straight up
The
Comic-Con.
hub, the hub is fucking with me again.
Bell?
That wasn't me. Was that that? Was that on the? Was that,
Dude, that was your damn computer.
That was Jim.
This time it came out of your computer.
well, maybe
I guess we'll find out in 5
Maybe
Someone
minutes.
maybe
ordering
it's-
something again.
maybe it's the hub logging onto my system to update some of the problems that the hub is having. So
It's the worst shit of all time.
Toby's going to be anxious for the next 5 minutes.
I'm gonna time it.
But all the superhero shows that got picked up. Arrow picked up for season 7. iZombie got picked up again.
Yep.
So it's crazy. Crazy.
Most important pickup of all of them is the 100.
I think Expanse got canceled. I actually really wanted to start watching that, but I heard that got
100.
canceled.
Season 1 was good.
Yeah.
I didn't get around to watching season 2 yet,
Yeah.
and now it's been canceled.
What are you gonna do?
Is everybody enjoying Westworld Season 2?
Oh
I
yeah.
haven't got to
No,
it
don't
yet.
say anything. Don't
Hashtag-
say anything. No
Hashtag no
spoilers.
See this?
God, you gotta stay current. I gotta talk to somebody about it.
Hey,
My-
go to a different fucking league.
No, you're about to fight.
Myself and Ryan Scott talked about Westworld a whole bunch last night on the Geek Box.
Go
so
fucking
listen to
on
the
a
Geek
different
Box.
podcast.
Yeah,
this
go
is
on
the
a
comics
different podcast. Right now we
where
have
we
to-
can be delayed on watching Westworld. I love Westworld season 1, and I'll get to season 2.
Yeah.
Dude, were you?
Season 2's fantastic.
It's Tuesday. It came out on Sunday.
What am I?
Hey
2
Scott, you don't have
episodes
a
behind?
Hey Scott, you don't have a microphone in front of you. So
Oh, here you go.
How many?
It's Tuesday. You had 2 days to catch up.
How many episodes have there been of this
4.
season?
4.
What?
Yeah.
What?
4.
Okay, well then I'm 4 episodes behind. But I'm about to
Are
catch
you
up.
serious?
I'm about to catch up tonight. I'm going to go home and watch 4 episodes, and then won't
So
you
good.
feel silly
Half of them die.
What?
Oh.
What?
with a snap of the finger?
Oh, sorry. That was Infinity
Watch this.
War.
Watch this.
Whoa,
shit.
whoa, whoa!
Look,
Spoiler.
Look at this. Look at this. And this motherfucker.
Dude,
Anyway,
So anyway, back to the podcast. let's talk about some comic book stuff.
Let's talk about
Look up
comic
at the
books.
screen. What the is going on?
It's Dragon Ball. It's fine.
The guy is playing with his self, and what is he doing?
It's fine. It's Dragon Ball. It doesn't matter.
That's gross.
Let's talk about some comic stuff here. Let's talk about some comic stuff that's ending, not happening, and coming back. Let's talk about that. DC's Young Animal line, hashtag Milkman Man.
It's gotta be a
Hashtag
flick.
cat.
Such a great attempt, but like a lot of things, when books start running late and there's no kind of head
Did you read through the end of the article?
of the Young Animal stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, Doom Patrol is going to continue.
And they made it sound like it's going to continue under the Young Animal, but after they get a certain amount in the can again.
Right. Basically, by the time... So Young Animal, which is one of DC's imprints run by Gerard Way, is basically coming to an end. Doom Patrol will continue at some point when Gerard Way has written more comics, but it took like 2 years for like 11 issues to come out.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, too, because Doom Patrol went directly into Milk Wars, which then went directly into Justice League of America, the last arc of the series.
Do you think they're going to do the Milk Wars on Doom Patrol, the TV show?
They might, with the God of Superhero stuff. And because of the the stuff doesn't make any sense, period. But because of the order the books all came out, they all came out in the incorrect order. It made no sense if you read it as it was supposed to be. So read Doom Patrol through 11, then read Milk Wars, then read the final arc of Justice League America. Things make so much more sense comparatively if you read those books in the correct order. Because 11 totally answers crap. To me, it introduces like the God of Superheroes and all this other stuff, or gives you more context for that. As for what happened in all these other books, so frustrating when that happens. But disappointed that Young Animal is going away. But it just...
I guess the point I'm trying to make is it sounds like it's going on, at least the current intention is going on a hiatus, and then will eventually come back once they have a certain amount of content ready to go again.
Sure. All those books, they sold terribly, right? Vertigo's had a rough couple of years. This was kind of their attempt at trying to do a new Vertigo. I mean, they sold poorly here, but I sold a half dozen copies or a dozen copies of all of them. So, but even Doom Patrol, as the series went on, because of the delays, we basically were sub only at that point. We had a decent amount of people getting Doom Patrol, but the sales just weren't there for the entire line. So,
I am curious, just because Doom Patrol seems like one of those that would probably do better in trade than normal. Did you find that, or
we sold quite a few of the first Doom Patrol trade? Yeah. Now I'm hoping the second one comes out. It comes out soon-ish.
Yeah.
So, people will finish it. But if that's where it leaves off, I don't know, because you have 2 Doom Patrols, Milk Wars, and that's basically the end.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else they're going to do with these characters, but I did like it, so I would hope they'll do more. It's fucking weird, just like Doom Patrol should be. Oh, the Doom Patrol show is going to be so weird, and Toby's going to hate it. I can't wait.
I'm going to love it because it's going to spin out of Titans.
I mean, Doom Patrol and the Titans crossing over, I mean, that's classic comics. I mean, that's the Doom Patrol and had a ton of, in New Teen Titans, there were a ton of interactions. And
they're just going to start having their season crossovers on the DC Universe streaming shows.
With Doom Patrol and Titans? Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
They bring Danny the Street in, I hope.
But you're not
I'm just wondering if they'll cross over with Swamp Thing, too.
Why is that?
Because you don't got time.
I'll make time for these.
Well, then what are you not going to have time for? Legends of Tomorrow?
Sleeping. Oh, hell no. Legends is amazing.
Flash?
No, Flash is great.
Green Arrow.
Literally. Sleeping.
Supergirl.
Anything else? Video games? I've just stopped
Video
doing...
games gone.
I've stopped doing everything except watching superhero TV shows. It's embarrassing.
All you got to
right
do
now.
is cut down half your time on Twitter, and you'll have plenty of time for everything else.
It is incredible how much more free time you would have.
I am literally not on it that much. Yes, you are.
Dude.
Wow.
Okay, do you tweet more or less, on average, than 30 times a day?
I mean...
Denial is the first stage.
So,
Ryan,
let's move on to our next topic.
Please prepare your concession speech.
Jim Lee, artist,
What?
co-president of DC Comics, came out and said the rumors of a new reboot at DC are ridiculous. There've been a lot
I
of
didn't even
talk.
realize there was a rumor.
There have been a
reboot
there-
rumor.
I didn't hear about that reboot either.
There had been rumors for the past few months about a fresh start, if you will, of DC creators.
Oh, yeah, I remember Ryan talking about this.
Yeah,
Did you start this?
Grant Morrison on Green Lantern, right?
Yeah.
Brian Azzarello on Suicide Squad. That led to a rumor, also on Bleeding Cool, of a new book called Crisis. Just Crisis. That'd be like a Marvel book called Secret. Just Secret.
That's true.
Are you sighing at me or are you sighing at Marvel? Because they'll put out a book called Secret at some point.
I don't think they will. I'm sighing at you.
Okay.
It would be more appropriate if it were something that made sense.
You're
Like
watching the Warriors game, so at least we have some context for the noises, Toby.
like a
What?
Are you watching the Warriors game?
No,
so at least
I'm
we have.
watching-
Celtics, it's your team.
I'm watching your team
I'll allow it.
and the Cavs.
No, I think that Crisis would actually, even though this is a fake rumor, allegedly, Crisis would actually be a cool name. I don't think that Marvel, in their, as silly as they've ever been, Spectrum, would release a book just called Secret. Crisis by itself is a cool name. Secret by itself is not a cool name.
Will DC announce a book called Secret featuring the character Secret from Young Justice, just in spite of Marvel?
Will all the creators of Teen Titans go kill
it's-
themselves?
No, but it's going to be called Secret's War.
Secret.
Did
I've got
you
a
know that
secret.
Spider-Man was on Young Justice, right?
Spider-Man?
That I believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did not. Is
Ryan, they're
Spider-Man
going
on
to
Young
troll it.
Justice?
They'll troll it. It's going to be Secret's War.
Secret's War.
Yeah.
As opposed to Secret War 2, Secret Wars,
Electric Boogaloo.
Secret's War
Secret's
on
War.
Prime.
Yeah, there you go.
Secret's War.
So, so this
On Internet Trolls.
this
we all
Crisis
wish.
title would lead to the reboot of the DC universe. It would end the marriage of Superman and Lois Lane once again.
What?
It would end the upcoming nuptials between Batman and Catwoman. These are because this is the rumor.
Yeah.
And Jim Lee said it is all bullshit. So I would think DC is on such a roll recently. I can't imagine. I'm not against them having a miniseries called Crisis. That's like a big, all the stuff they're leading to in No Justice and the opening of the Source Wall and everything. Sure, that makes sense, but not like a reboot, not like a continuity thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the same article was saying that even if they have something that's being referred to as crisis right now, that could just be a code word because they do use code words for upcoming events and
Right.
kind of stuff. So right now, it's all just bullshit speculation.
Of course. And in 7 months, when Crisis is announced, it's my favorite comic of the year. So,
Well, it
And
depends on who writes
and
it.
it's
And we'll have a
complete reboot.
midnight release.
We'll have a midnight release.
Jim
and-
Lee will call the shop.
Maybe the Crisis labeled thing is what Tom King's working on.
It could be.
Jim Lee and Scott Snyder will both call the shop and send us a cake or pie this time.
More bad news coming from DC that may bother some people. Almost all DC comics are being raised in price to $3.99.
Yeah.
That will not include the kids comics, and that will not also, at least for the time being, not include the Age of Heroes comics, including Silencer and Damage and
Curse of Brimstone.
Brimstone.
yeah, all
Let's
that
be
stuff.
honest; those are not going to be around very long.
Yeah.
I think
Exactly.
that's why they're doing it, because except for Terrifics, probably none of them will last past 12 issues. So they're just like, let's just not even rock this boat. These are not going to last, so let's just leave it. Now, as far as we know, most of the books that are double shipping are going to continue double shipping. We obviously know Justice League is still going to double ship. I know Wonder Woman and Flash, I believe, are both going up to $3.99, and as far as I know, still double shipping. So, for people that are a little more money conscious, DC is going to make it a little tougher. For those that love double shipping comics, you're going to pay a little extra, but they're going to keep double shipping the bigger titles. Action and Superman are going back to monthly once Bendis takes over. They are also dropping the digital codes from most of their books for about the past year or so, maybe a little longer. DC said
doing it from all of the books? Or
no, they were not doing it for the double shipping titles. They were
well, no, I mean,
doing
aren't
it
they
for the-
dropping it from all the books that currently have digital?
Some books will continue to have it on occasion, like some special
Okay.
books, they said, but there's no they don't say exactly what that means, so we don't know which books are going to have it, in a few months. I believe this all starts maybe July. I think it's in the new previews. All this will change over.
The digital stuff?
The codes
have already started.
The codes have already started dropping, right? Yeah. For the $3.99 books, I want to say that starts in June or July.
Yeah, I think it's with the Justice League one.
With the new previews. Yeah. So we still have a little bit of time for that.
DC Nation.
Well, no, because the books solicited for June have already been solicited at $2.99. I think it's the upcoming July solicitation.
Yeah, the ones because when is Justice League?
Justice League is in a couple of weeks. Yeah, Justice League is June. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. It might be July is when the DC one starts. Okay. And finally,
one question.
Yeah,
are you guys pissed off? You're going to have to spend $3.99 for Tom King Batman?
No,
twice a month.
Mm-hmm. Is anybody mad that they're spending $3.99 a month?
I mean, a couple little books could fall to the side.
The only DC book you can say that about, though. Well, okay, that's hyperbolic, but it's one of the only 5 DC books.
In general, I'm never happy when they raise price. I'm never happy when they drop digital codes. But at the same time, this keeps happening in a circle. They raise the price, they drop the price, they put in codes, they take out codes. I'm kind of just tired of it.
Well, DC has been holding the line at $2.99 for right now. About a third of their books are $2.99.
But they used to have the combo packs, and they dropped the combo packs, and they brought back the digital codes, and all the ones that were priced $3.99 to justify the higher price. And
right. No, to me, it was going to happen eventually. They held the line way longer than any other company. I mean, Marvel's been $3.99 now for across the board for 4 years?
Oh, longer than that.
5 years?
Yeah.
DC has had all the line at $2.99 to most of the line at $2.99 to about half. Now we're at about a third. So it kind of makes sense that this is going to drop off, which just means the bigger concern here is not that DC's going to $3.99.
That's the indie books being $5.
The bigger concern is the indie books will be $4.99 before we know it. That is the bigger concern right there.
Well, and I mean, part of what bothers me a little bit about this transition and stuff is that also affects the digital prices of books.
Right. Well, and all of them were going to $3.99 as well. So
where they had justified it a little bit based on the physical comes with the digital code and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So I
which means all their trades will get more expensive.
Totally is. I'm taking show notes and tweeting. No. I just don't want. I mean, every time there's a price increase, everyone bitches. But if you look right now, unless you're only buying double shipping DC comics, you're paying $3.99 for most books you're buying, right? I mean, most of all of Marvel's $3.99. Most of the independent books are $3.99.
Marvel jumps up to $4.99, $5.99 more
regularly.
If you are a member of this podcast, it's like Marvel has increased comic book prices, and it's like, oh, fuck those guys. Those guys are douchebags. If DC increases their comic book prices, it's like, well, yeah, but Marvel has been doing it. Fucking Me Too is all over here from Mr.
Marvel
Sager
did it
here.
5 years ago.
I know. But do you hear yourself? It's like half the arguments are, oh yeah, but Marvel did it so long ago and more frequently.
Did it for most of their line right away. DC
are you listening to yourself?
Bryce,
This
baby.
is exactly what I'm talking about.
Do you want to hear my final story for the week?
No, that's not my point. My point is, do you hear yourselves when you complain about, oh well, Marvel's doing it too? It's like, this is a news story about DC, and you're like, well, what about isms?
You want to hear my final news story for the week?
I want to hear what Brock thinks about DC doing it, because he's only been talking about Marvel and how they did it first and how they're equally culpable.
So the thing is Marvel, when they did their initial price increase, they changed the paper stock on the cover to a crappier paper stock, which basically was like, oh, look, we're going to charge more and shortchange you. Then they just changed most of their line over to $3.99 all at once. Didn't really tell people.
So when I hear Brock talking, like in my head, I hear like the penguin. Just that's what I'm hearing right now.
Or the parents and the Peanuts.
That's
oh, sorry, different frequency. Sorry. Okay.
Marvel,
like he's still so serious.
They statistically have more books that come out at $4.99 or $5.99 for the only sake of the reason of it's the first.
Dude, this is not at all what I'm talking about. I'm not.
No, am I mad that they're doing it? Yeah, a little, but they've eased into it and they've tried to keep the price down longer than Marvel ever did.
I don't know.
This literally isn't about Marvel at all until you bring up Marvel.
Aren't the price of their comic books now the same?
Marvel and DC?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Well-
I mean, Marvel does... The base price for a 20-page comic is the same, yes. Marvel tends to do more oversized issues, more annuals, more specials.
And which they charge more for, right?
Which they charge more
And
for.
Which costs more to make, correct?
Correct.
Okay, just
And
checking.
Marvel still has the digital codes
And-
in a
yeah.
lot of their
Oh,
books.
they still
And I'll tell you this. Bryce, you want to listen
I'm
to
still
this?
here, I'm still
You
here,
want to
I'm
listen
still
to
here.
this?
Am I taking your role currently?
You are. You're doing a great job.
Because
Almost as handsome.
Thank you.
on the same week that
That's a big
DC...
compliment.
On the same week that DC announced to retailers, hey, we're going to try and experiment with Justice League #1. We're going to start meet or exceed variant covers. Basically, that's what Marvel's been doing for a long time, the thing that I hate and the thing that all retailers hate, where if you order X copies of Justice League, which is Y% of an unrelated title, you can unlock all these variant covers. And in this case, it was a black and white inked version of Jim Lee's Batman variant cover for Justice League. So if we order 150% of Justice League #1, the number to our Batman Lost one-shot as part of Metal,
Yeah.
we get an extra discount and unlock these variant covers.
Do it.
We then, if we get 200%,
Yeah, let's go into debt.
if we do 200%, we get to also get an extra 10% discount and then get additional, possibility for different
This
covers.
sounds like a fantastic plan.
So Marvel does these regularly. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, right? It's just a pain in the ass to do this. I don't like to do math. I didn't get into comic book retailing to do math.
What?
I got in here to read comic books and argue about shit.
Aren't you a nerd?
Yeah, I hate math. I'm a geek. Nerds are smart. All right.
And I mean,
It's a little Simpsons shout out there.
to me, it's just one of those things where these kind of systems just cause how do you circumvent the system in different ways with grouping
Right.
with other stores and
Right.
all that kind of stuff. Which
So,
is
Bryce,
silly.
on the same week that DC announced this and retailers flood DC's private message board with come on, DC, don't fucking pull this shit. Marvel announces the end of the Meet and Exceed variant cover program within Marvel. We don't know exactly what's coming. It sounds like it's just open order for almost everything. Now, there will occasionally be some special book that will still have this program that we don't like at Marvel, but they told us that the vast majority of these are going away. So in August, when Fantastic Four #1 comes out, there is going to be July? August? It must be August. There's going to be 20 Fantastic Four variant covers for other titles, right? With the way they do that monthly.
Like the Venom and the hip hop covers.
Yeah. So there's going to be 20 Fantastic Four variant covers by some of Marvel's biggest talent, and they will all be open order, including Toby's favorite, the J. Scott Campbell 90s boob window Invisible Woman costume cover.
Sue.
The Art Adams all new, all different Fantastic Four featuring Spider-Man,
Rider.
Ghost Rider,
Wolverine.
Wolverine, Grey Hulk, Spider-Man, and Ghost Rider.
So it's
Best
fascinating.
Fantastic Four ever.
It's fascinating to see DC
Spider-Man.
after years of Marvel pulling this shit. The same week Marvel pulls away from this, DC's like, well, we'll give it a try.
I want to
It's
know.
always going to flip-flop, right? So this is the downfall of DC, while Marvel's getting good for the next 5 years.
I want to know how Brock spins this so that it's Marvel's bad.
It's not Marvel's bad. Marvel's still bad for doing it, but DC's an idiot for doing it as well. I had to sit there and do the FOC for it this
So
week.
while-
Yeah, it's Marvel's
Well,
fault.
I'm not
that he had to
saying
do the DC FOC for it.
I want DC doing this all the time. If they were going to do it on a book, Justice League makes sense.
Now, we did have a question, Pittsburgh Comics, one of our guys on Twitter. I did ask how, because I did qualify for the DC stuff. I went kind of all in. And I'll tell you my math on how I did this right now. So you get some extra discounts on top of the books, right? Mm-hmm. So instead of getting our discount, we actually get an additional 10% discount on that, bringing the price of the books down. Yep. We do a lot of pre-order sets. So that helps sell some extra copies because I'm guaranteeing, sets of all 4 covers going away. It's the Jim Lee cover. It's the regular cover, the blank, the Jim Lee cover color.
The blanks included in the set?
Yeah. the Jim Lee cover, and then the Jim Lee cover sketch, right? Yeah. And they all received that additional discount, so that helps bring the cost of those books down. There's a 1 in 100, a 1 in 250, and a 1 in 500 variant cover. The fact that Jim Lee has the 1 in 500 variant sketch cover, that thing's already going for $300-400 on eBay. The set of all of them could easily clear $500 with all the different incentive covers. So selling the set of variant covers pays for the vast majority of the books that we bring in. We then have a wall full of Jim Lee variant covers that we just sell forever. Right? So that's how the math works. But I can't do it all the time, and I can't do it for every title.
So go back. Think variant covers, highly sought after variant covers from 5 to 10 years ago.
Sure, there's still some.
Are they very sought after?
Yeah, I mean, there's some absolutely, especially when you get to like the high end variant covers, like the 1 in 500, 1 in 1,000, stuff like that. A lot of those will stay expensive, but no, a lot of it is upfront, right? But that's. Right. If I could sell that set up front, that pays for a good chunk of what we're getting.
So I buy Jim Lee's for $150, and 5 years later it sells maybe $60.
I mean, maybe.
What's your guess? Maybe 50.
But some are more. Some are way more.
Is it a boob,
really?
Is it a boob cover or a guy cover?
You look at it's Jim Lee Batman, so that
yeah.
You have boob covers. And then you have Jim Lee Batman. Like, that's just like, one step above everything. So,
but aren't boob covers going to go the way of Lady Death at some point?
It's Marvel and DC characters. That's the difference. It's not Lady Death. She's a fake character that nobody cares about. Jim just rolling his eyes.
At you, Jim.
Toby just...
Wait, for those of us that aren't privy to either boobs or the variant cover market, one of the two. Is the variant cover resale market like not hot for boob covers?
No, it is. It is. That's the joke. But no. But what I'm saying is that it's possible for stores to hit these covers, but you have to think about how many there are and do they work. Immortal Hulk, the new Iron Man title, the new Doctor Strange title, right? Marvel had 3 number ones on FOC this week. And I just can't, it doesn't make sense for me to hit these. I have no interest in the high tier covers. They're fine, right? There was 20 Iron Man covers.
No, 21.
I feel like they're for eBay.
20, right, exactly. There's 20 of the armor covers where it's the same picture with just him in different armors, right?
Armor.
I had one person tell me they wanted a set, and I figured, well, I'll get like 2 more sets on top of that. That will allow me to order one of the variants. I have someone that'll take that. That'll pay for a good chunk of them. Like, it's just doing this math of like, how can I at worst break even on this? And it works sometimes, and sometimes it's like, sure, sky's the limit. This book is going to be huge. I'll order a ton of them. But it is frustrating sometimes do...
Doctor Strange, you're like, nah, Immortal Hulk.
Doctor Strange... it was Doctor Strange, Immortal Hulk, and Daredevil. Or, Deadpool. I was like, nope. There's just no fucking way I can hit these. There's no way in hell. It does not make sense at all.
Can you get these for me? Yes, on eBay.
But Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 800, it made sense. Because there was additional discounts, there was big tier variant covers. It's a hot title, right? People have asked for all the covers. People want the sets. It made sense for me to go big.
Well, and again, it's like Charlie said. It's like this is Justice League number 1 doing this.
By Snyder, by Jim Lee.
By Snyder, by the variant covers by Jim Lee. If this is something that they we do this meet or exceed for the big stuff that we have, right? Then. Yeah, I can see it for the big stuff. But if they're going to go and go, we're relaunching Titans and we're going to do meet or exceeds for these variants, nobody's going to care.
Yeah. So I
agree, nobody's going to care. But at the same time, if the meet or exceed title makes sense to go, like if it's meet or exceed the last issue of the previous Titan series, then sure, for a number 1, and depending on the store and the strength of the sales, it may make sense, it may not.
It's the meet or exceed has to be a reasonably attainable amount.
But it needs to go away, is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah.
If Marvel's basically dropping it, they absolutely need to drop this. I don't want DC to start doing this.
Yeah.
Because I would have ordered... I mean, I basically probably would have ordered the same amount because of the high tier Jim Lee variant cover.
We were already going. You were already ordering 125 of just the regular cover, based on what we had for subscriptions, and then not even including the Meter Exceed, you were at 125.
But I'm not going to order anything close to this for number 2, 3, or 4, right? So you can kind of get away with it once, but if DC has. We're going to relaunch 17 titles and do it for everything. Nope. When Marvel does it,
I have a weird question for you.
Yep.
Do you feel better ordering the amount you are because you realize other stores aren't going to be able to hit those numbers or won't want to hit those numbers?
I mean, maybe. It works if you have an audience to sell the books to. I mean...
Well, there's only, 5 covers?
This is 7. I mean...
Well, there's 7 with the 1 in
There's
whatever.
the 4 standard, a 1 in 100, a 1 in 250, and 1 in 500.
Well, you have 4 basic covers.
Yeah.
And then you have these extra ones on top of it.
Well, the blanks, we don't have to order that many. Yeah, the blanks, we don't have to order that many. It's 2 Jim Lee Batman variant covers. They will sell.
And they're not doing it against just the base cover, I'm assuming. Or is this against the base cover?
You can add... It's the base cover and the blank variant.
Yeah, the base, the blank, and the Jim Lee cover.
Jim Lee cover opens up getting the other ones.
Unlocks the fourth
cover. Batman Lost only had 1 cover, and you
Right.
have to exceed that by 150% for a book that has 3 covers.
Right, and then that unlocks the 4th cover, and those totals go in to get you extra discounts, which you can hit. I hate this.
Easy.
Like Bryce and Scott are giving me a look. This is the shit that I have to deal with. When Brock was, so I'm going to be gone next week,
FOC on
and Brock's doing our final order cutoff next week. And Brock, I'm not making fun of you. It took Brock 3 hours to do it. And I'm like, this is the shit I have to deal with every Monday. Is this sort of thing across 30 companies, 40 companies, across hundreds of titles? Obviously, not they're all this complicated, but there's something every week where I'm just like. Man, if it was just 4 covers, it'd just be like, boop, 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 done. You know? If it's just 1 cover, it's just go.
How does that cover look? Okay, I'll order more. Does that look...
Yeah, I don't like to do math with this shit. That's the annoying part. Because here's the problem.
Seriously, if there's an open order variant, it's got boobs on it, I up the order.
If I screwed up by a copy, I could lose a bunch of the stuff and not qualify, right? So I have to make sure my math is right.
I feel like there was some rant given by some very handsome member of this podcast a couple months ago where
Charlie?
My argument, it might have been Charlie, where the argument given was that whatever company is in charge of this crazy variant scheme at least has their own company's best intentions in mind with respect to how much money they're going to make. And it was crazy because it was me defending Marvel.
No, that was me.
Oh, okay, my bad. Well, whichever handsome member was doing it, and that it was critiqued as a crazy person's rant in some capacity. But now DC is doing the same thing, and
no, he's still mad.
Is
Retailers have gone to Marvel and now DC and said it's possible this may make some accounts order more, and in our case, it might have. But the vast majority of accounts will not order more. They will not qualify. If everything's available, we will order appropriately.
How if Marvel is doing this?
Marvel
is going back on this? Is whatever?
Yeah.
What pivoting? Whatever. Sure. Walking back. How is DC so far behind that? Like, Marvel's been doing this for years.
Right. That's the question all retailers had when they saw this. Because it wasn't like when Justice League showed up in the system, there was just the covers. That was it. All right? They dropped this on us last minute. And then kind of tweaked it. And then tweaked it again. If you're not paying attention, you don't know that this is even there. At least with Marvel, for the most part, they have a lot of the stuff in the initial previews. If you're just doing the old pen and paper previews still... You don't know any of this stuff, right? Because this is all last-minute shit that's been added in to the system at the end.
I feel like you were circling crap in previews last week.
No, we don't do this previews at all anymore. I mean, I still have previews.
No, he still does it in the physical previews?
No, I don't. No, I don't even do that anymore.
So
no, for customers.
No.
Either way,
got the hub, baby. Hashtag love the hub.
He's already placed a order.
Not ordering my shit. I see your stuff.
Toby walks away from the belt and then...
Are you using the hub,
I see it.
Are you using the hub, Toby?
So, either way, what Ryan's saying is he's already placed this order for Justice League
1
one how long ago?
Yesterday.
Okay, so they
Final
changed
order.
it since yesterday?
No.
No, I mean, the original previews order for Justice League was how long ago?
5 weeks ago.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is an order he placed 5 weeks ago that they changed the rules
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Prior
or
FOC.
whatever.
Yeah. Wednesday. Not even. Yeah. 6 days ago.
6 days ago.
Rude.
Yeah. It really sucked.
Well, okay, this is the thing and unless
Don't they know how much you do? Don't they know how much Twitter you need to look at every day? They're seriously taking away from your Twitter time.
Bite the hand that feeds you,
Tell me
DC.
about it.
I think the thing is it's really eye-opening on this when you're sitting on Diamond's website going through the FOC weekly and you see all of these variant covers and what they have to hit and how you have to order.
Yeah.
And you're just like, this fucking sucks. And it's like Marvel had 3 of those titles this week, and even with the it took us 20 minutes to order the Iron Man covers because we're like, well,
Got to
what
double
do we...
check all my numbers and
Yeah, you
everything.
have to-
Well, for some of them, it's like Deadpool. Cool. What's my qualifier? Oh, yep. Nowhere close. Never mind. Order regular covers. Move on. Don't even look at the rest. Right. So it can be very easy sometimes, but when you're like, oh boy, how many am I ordering? So
No, because of the example of Justice League, it seemed like it wouldn't be that complicated, but you sold me on the argument of if every title takes you 2 or 3 times longer to figure out what you need to order, that adds up quickly.
Yeah. Obviously, it's not every title, but
it
tends to be a lot these days compared to what it used to be. We got a shitload of questions. I'm going to get through some of these questions here.
Crank them up.
I have a preemptive question.
Yeah.
How many episodes has it been since we talked about comic books properly?
We talk about comics all the time.
We talk about movies and TV shows and the business and industry all the time.
Yeah.
B&I is awesome.
B&I is awesome. Love that. Okay.
You want to talk about some comics? How far behind are you?
No, don't do that because then he's going to start staring at the Marvel wall and we'll be here for a while. It's a Bryce briefly. We know this.
What was the question that you had for us?
Oh, we got some. And some of these questions are about comics, so we'll do that. This is from Project Zephyr. Says, is there a podcast tonight? Yeah, there is. Here's my question.
Down.
Nailed it.
Project Zephyr.
Will Booster Gold get a series anytime soon? I've been waiting. Oh, please, God. Who is reading Batman? Who has read the last couple issues of Batman?
How many people? Everyone's raising their hand except Bryce.
I'm behind.
Reluctantly.
No. I love Batman. I'm just behind.
You're behind?
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you?
It's a long story. It's an L long story.
You've told it like 9 times. It's all right. We know. You're in a precarious living situation.
What do you want from me? He's
precarious?
asking.
But Tom King, like everything, writes the best Booster Gold.
That Kite Man reference.
Meat
was
cute.
Mwah.
Yeah, I love it. Cute meat? Meat cute? No, meat cute. Yeah, that's what it is.
Meat cute?
Yeah.
Would have
With
ruined
Catwoman?
what I assume was a great line.
Yeah, meat cute. Yeah. They play Booster up a little more serious in some of the books, but Tom King definitely is playing up kind of the
Clown
dumb
Time Booster.
Dumb Booster Gold.
And he nailed Skeets.
But he did. Yeah, he does awesome Skeets. But God, these last couple of issues are so good. I mean, there's been a lot of Booster Gold stuff recently. I really hope they continue to do this and have an ongoing Booster series.
Mark Russell should write it.
Oh, that'd be good.
Where did Jurgens go?
We don't know. Well, he's going to be doing Green Lanterns.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
Green Lanterns?
No, we need
right?
we need Mark Russell to.
I believe it's Green Lanterns.
Is it? No.
Yeah, that sounds.
Oh,
right.
because Hal and the Green Lantern Corps is just dropping to Green Lantern.
Yeah, is your mic on? You sound very quiet.
No.
You on?
Did you turn me up?
Talk? No?
Hello?
Okay. Yeah, okay, you're fine. It's from Tyler Willits.
What's up, Tyler?
Tyler's awesome.
He says, from a conversation a few weeks ago, Toby, you want to be in on this? He said, are you guys, 1, regular cover-only buyers? You only buy the A cover. Number 2, variant only. You only buy the variants. Number 3, you don't care. You buy just whatever's on the shelf in front of you. And 4, buy a copy of the regular and a variant, which is what I do. Now, I'm assuming not every book.
There's that. Wait, how many letters was that? A, B, C, D?
I think I said 1B, 3, 4. 1B.
What's one after E?
1B, 3D.
What's one after E?
Yeah.
Toby is the E category where you buy
right.
multiple
Wrap it
copies
up,
of
Toby.
whatever covers.
I will buy whatever I like.
Times 3.
Sometimes times 3.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably the most standard buyer.
Regular.
Yeah, you buy a cover.
And I buy just one cover, and if I like the variant better, then I'll get the variant cover.
Yeah.
Also,
No, just
he
the
just
variant.
swaps out.
I just swap out. Unless it's super cool. Like I got, what was the Batman one where it has the almost impossible to sort and file? Was that
The last one with Catwoman and Batman on the cover, it was 45.
Right. You can't sort that thing because the number's on the bottom
That's
left-hand corner.
Every DC comic going forward.
What the hell?
Yeah.
How do you, how do you file bottom
variant?
left?
Every DC
upside
variant.
down?
Every DC
Upside
variant.
down?
No, you just file it in order.
Bitch.
I want that text to be on top, not the bottom.
Yeah.
It would help a
Everybody
lot.
wants that text on
Below
top.
sorting.
I mean,
They don't care about us.
Our guys don't.
Hey, they don't give two shits about the comics once it leaves the publishing house.
Listen
They're like,
to me. Listen
you
to
do
me.
whatever
the
you're going to
problem
do
is
with
with
it.
Marvel, who did it first. That's the problem, is that they did it first.
Well, look at Marvel Legacy on that rack over there. What book are we looking at?
Marvel Legacy on the rack over there.
Anyway, so I'm exactly in more ways than one like Scott. I am only going to buy the regular standard thing cover unless I see a variant and I'm like, oh, that looks better, and then I'll swap it out, hot swap. But for the most part, just regular. Boring Bryce is what they call me.
Yeah,
Jim is all in 2 on Sunday.
Yeah, I've been going a lot more with the buy the regular cover and buy the variants because DC's Virgin covers have just been the art has been just so amazing recently.
Yep.
So yeah, I jumped on those.
No, it's because you
Except that
spend
Hal Jordan
too
one.
much of your money on Silver and Bronze Age comics. You can't buy all the covers anymore.
Yeah, I still figure it out. Don't worry about that.
Kids are going.
Charlie, you don't even buy single issues.
well, but so when I do buy single issues,
Oh,
When he does buy double issues, it's cable.
when I do buy single issues, I typically go with the main cover, even though if the variant cover looks significantly better, I will buy that. And in rare cases where there's
5 Alex Ross covers.
basically when there's a like Alex Ross and a Jim Lee or an Alex Ross, and then I tend to cave a bit. Or like there's a short list of artists like Bruce Timm and Jim Lee and that kind of stuff that when they have those artists doing covers, all bets are off
Right.
as long as they look good.
I am always a cover. I buy the variants for
Jeff Johns books.
creators that I love, if possible.
What if the art's garbage?
Don't matter. For big crossovers, big event books. So if it's titles that I am buying, like Black Knight or Flashpoint or something like that, I will buy all possible variant covers that I can get my hands on the big events. And I will usually get all the variant covers for number 1. Again, if it's a book that I'm,
How many issues and variants do you have for the New 52 Justice League?
like 30. So every single one. I believe every single one.
Isn't it like 250 issues at that point?
I mean, my New 52 Justice League run is like a long box. It's real bad. Yeah, it's real bad.
I wouldn't say that's real bad.
No, it's real awesome.
It's real awesome.
Yeah. But I buy it not because of Jim Lee's art or anyone else's art. It's because of Jeff Johns' writing.
Yeah.
I hope you shop at a comic shop. You get a good discount.
Yeah. Get a good hookup. So,
I buy
but I don't always. I mean,
5-finger discount here.
I mean, I don't do it for everything, but like when all the Rebirth stuff happened, I bought all the variant covers for number 1, right? Like, because it's like cool, it's the first issue. But I mean, I love Tom King's Batman, but I didn't buy every Batman variant.
I didn't buy
cover.
all the Tim Sale ones.
No, I just buy select when I really like the covers.
I normally will. I for a while it'll be both covers if it's something I really enjoy, but otherwise it's just I like both covers, I'll get it. Or if it's something I'm like, nah, I'll just get the variant cover. I'm all over the place.
If I'm worried about a book struggling, sometimes I'll also buy all the variants that I can for it.
Yeah.
Like I did that for the Tick for a long time.
I was going to ask you if it was. For
How many
Tick.
variants did the Tick ever have?
Oh, the Tick had a massive amount of variants
Really?
there for a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
Marco asks, in celebration of his return, here's an easy couple questions. 1, what is everyone's favorite Wolverine costume? And number 2, why is the correct answer brown and tan?
Brown and tan.
Who wants to jump in on this? Toby's already excited. Toby's excited.
Brown and tan.
Eye patch.
Brown and tan.
No nose, Joe Mad.
Oh, fuck! Get out of here.
With the bandana.
No. There has to be a nose in Wolverine.
old school little ears.
Really?
Love
the whiskers?
Love the little ears.
Ugh.
What, the one that started the Hellcat?
No, OG. Original Hulk,
No,
180, 181.
Yeah, but it looks like Hellcat took that
Love
design and went with it.
No question. Jim Lee, X-Men animated series, 90s, gold and blue, and I mean, what is it like? Gold and blue, right? I mean, that's
Yellow and blue.
Yellow and blue.
It's the yellow and blue one.
Yeah.
It's John Byrne.
Yeah.
No, but Jim Lee,
Very, very
like
boring
Lee and
Mud
Silvestri,
Science.
like nailed that costume,
Yeah.
and then the same costume in like the animated series.
I would see
That-
X-Men
That's
112.
that's the one I always picture.
Yeah. Yep.
I do love the yellow and blue costume, the classic one. But the X-Force black and
the black
gray
and gray.
is it grew on me. I really
Yeah, it's
like
really
that one
good.
too.
That's
That's
a really good one.
The stealth costume was really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
I want to give a special shout out to when he's completely buck naked, which happens about every third issue he's in, when he gets destroyed and his costume gets like.
belt.
I am legit a fan of Weapon X with the diaper and the giant thing on his head. Like, that's a cool.
There is
look.
no diaper. Okay, unfortunately, I have that statue too. So,
X-Men 133,
Yeah,
the
that's-
cover.
that's him tearing apart the Hellfire Club
Club,
guards.
That's my
Yeah.
legit. The little ears. That's
Little ears.
the joke.
Art Asylum
That's
put out a
big ears.
statue of that particular pose. It's fantastic.
Jim Lee gives him like Batman ears, like woo, like they get tall. As for Mindy Gator, he says, as the outcome of Doomsday Clock was supposed to broadly impact the DC universe story-wise, is it possible that some parts of the delay is due to Bendis coming in with new ideas and new directions? No. Nah, it's just the book is super late.
Yeah,
It's so...
Wishful thinking, but
it's so depressing.
Gary, I mean, it's Gary Frank. He takes his time.
Yeah.
Didn't they? Wasn't there news today that they pushed back up issue 6?
Yeah, they're back on normal release, kind of normal release schedule. There was talk of it being delayed like a whole month or two again, but they're not. So, I mean,
It was nice for once to see
They got
it
Gary Maid
push
and
up
Gardner
instead of back.
and all of this support for his house. So that he just draws and everyone takes care of. He has this whole crew.
why does he
taking
need
care
a
of his
gardener? Most of us get by without a gardener, Gary Frank.
yeah, at this point.
Hey, he
alright.
needs inspiration when he looks out his window.
Where's Toby? I need Toby here for
Sorry.
these next couple
You need to
questions.
look at the gardener. You have a gardener?
I have a gardener.
I'm part of an HOA, so technically I kind of have gardeners.
You have a gardener.
Damn it.
Do you
Damn
even-
it, Bryce.
Do you even pick up the little back lot area that you have, the little square in the backyard?
No, my wife does that. God bless her.
So you have a gardener. You have
Yeah.
two.
Oof. Really, I'm eating my own words.
All right, since I don't know where Toby went,
Rough day for Bryce.
I have a couple that I want Toby here for. So let's skip a
just
few of
can't
these.
wait.
That's going to be the hashtag tomorrow. It's just going to be hashtag rough day for Bryce all on Twitter tomorrow.
Here's two for Charlie. First is from Ulysses.
I had no hot water this morning.
He says, "How come Alex Ross is not doing a lot of drawing at DC? He does a lot of variants, but at Marvel, why is he not drawing stories?"
Thanks,
and
Marvel.
My continuation here is he doesn't do anything for DC at this point. It's all Marvel.
It's weird because he still publishes original like prints and stuff for DC stuff, but nothing on the actual like books. Like he did put out a print for the Action 1000, but
Alex Ross.
just selling it directly from like his website and stuff. I have
weird.
no clue why he has this rift with DC or something.
No, it's probably that they just don't pay him as much. Marvel probably gives him ass tons of money. I don't know.
I find it weird that he's still basically creating covers and selling them himself.
yeah, that's
He
super
posted on his Twitter. He posted three previously released Wonder Woman posters, and then a new one he just penciled and he just painted. So yeah, it's he's still doing DC. He's just very random.
It's just not on the books, which is really weird.
Right.
Do we think that Alex Ross uses an iPad Pro?
You can ask him.
weird. I don't think he,
I tend to think he's still doing, because I mean the way he paints and everything, I can't see him going digital, but maybe he did.
So my question is, why have we not had any good imitators?
of Alex
Yeah,
Ross.
it
Yeah.
is
You know
kind
what
of
I mean?
odd
Great
that
question.
You don't have a Alex Ross poser.
I mean, he's very, very good. I'm surprised that nobody else has come in and they said, well, fine, Alex doesn't want to do what we're going to do.
That's close.
It's not even in the same hemisphere.
Wait, what are you talking
This
about? Are you
Artgerm
pointing
cover.
at this?
No, not the Archer in the Flash.
What are you? Okay, I can't talk about this.
No.
Francisco Martina. Not like Alex. I mean, he's super like Photoshop-y. He's got that like that anime kind of like anime con Photoshop-y look.
Alex Ross
not
is
like
just
Alex
such
Ross.
an old school / new
like,
school
kind of like
feel
Norman Rockwell painter.
to what it
Yeah.
I mean, he brought old school, new school. It
I
just
think that
everything's
would like
together.
insult
Norman
like,
Rockwell.
No, like artists. Like, isn't Norman Rockwell like not popular with actual artists?
I mean,
Because he's
I don't
in
know.
the art world just to sell out. By the way, I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's not in the hipster art world.
I mean, he's very
No, I'm seriously.
He does very realistic.
I thought
That's
yeah,
what
I
I
thought
meant.
that Norman Rockwell was not very popular in the actual artist world because he, I mean, kind
Gotta
of what
get
you said,
paid.
like,
Gotta get paid.
well, not if you ask the artist scene.
Toby, come back here. I have a question for you.
Stop napping on the floor.
you get off the floor, Toby.
So we have two questions.
Hey, we had a long night of voting results.
We have two questions, and I think you're going to have answers for both of these.
Okay.
First one's from Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
Says, who should I buy an autograph from this weekend at Wizard World Philadelphia? Matt Ryan, Carl Urban, or John Berthel?
Carl Urban.
I would have gone with John. John is fun. John is
Let me say this.
wait.
Matt Ryan's line is going to be super short and cheap. Like,
Yeah.
I love Matt Ryan, but he's going to be way shorter and cheaper than these guys. So just get Matt Ryan anyway.
Wait, is the question like who would be the most fun out of these three, or
who should
I
I
actually
who should
never
I buy?
met Carl Urban.
Yeah.
I never, yeah, but I think
John Berthel will have a long line.
Yeah, but he's fun. He's
Yeah.
really cool. He's really cool to meet. I'm not the biggest Carl Urban fan, so I would vote John, but
Yeah.
Matt Ryan is worthy too. I think.
Yeah, Matt Ryan won't have a line. Like,
Yeah,
we've seen him in Heroes and Villains,
yeah.
and it was just a walk-up. So
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
very possible he's going to get harder to get going forward.
Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
If he isn't doing well, no, he's going to be an entire next season
Yeah.
of Legends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said he's.
Probably going to get harder to.
Yeah.
Oh, more popular.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, probably not over Carl Urban.
No.
Well, no, I don't think over
Carl
Carl
Urban's
Urban.
done so many
but what I'm
nerdy
saying
projects,
is,
yeah.
if you want to be able to walk up and get Matt Ryan without too much fuss,
Yeah. So I would
earlier is better.
So flip a coin, splurge, and
I would say
Go with
I would
Matt
say
Ryan.
well no I would say pick one between the two, John and Carl.
Yeah.
And then I would just pick up Ryan, just
Yeah.
pick up Matt on
Yeah.
the go, because if you could pick him up easy, I recommend him doing that, because you never know when they blow up or when they get the next. You never know. He might have a part that blows him up completely, and you'll never meet the guy again. So
Right.
when they're semi cheap, I say that in quotation marks,
Yeah.
and you could get in fast, I would just grab him if you like him.
Wizard World's probably going to be 20% higher than Heroes and Villains cost-wise,
yeah, probably,
but
yeah.
still, if you're under $60, it's worth it.
Is that how much it is for an autograph? 60?
I think it's like 40 at Heroes and Villains.
Do you get anything else or just the autograph?
No, just autograph or a photo. I think they were doing like
Do a
the
little combo price.
they were doing the combo for
Yeah.
60. Yeah, with the selfie and autograph. So the other question, this comes from D Baroldi, always on Twitter. Lots of great questions. He
how do
says
you know that guy's always on Twitter?
he says because I see his tweets regularly when I occasionally
see
check
this?
Twitter.
How do you see this tweets regularly?
When you're on Twitter 4 times an hour, all day.
Well, technically, I'm on Twitter like the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep. I just don't
Absolutely, we know
check
that.
it all the
We
time.
know that.
Dude, no, don't. I mean, look,
You're,
I gave you the
I load
benefit
up-
of the doubt that you're on there a half hour of every hour that you're awake.
I'm not on a half an hour.
That's the benefit.
You so are.
That is so low.
You so
that
are.
number was so low when you said that.
I wake up and at home and at work, I turn on Twitter, Facebook, Gmail, Twitter, Facebook, Gmail, and Feedly.
Somebody at Leanne right now and ask her how long he's on
Problem
this.
number one is that you said that's what you do when you wake up. That's not okay.
Well,
I gotta get on that Twitter right away.
That's an alcoholic
No.
going, I just need to finish this
I just
drink
need
from
to
last
get
night.
this drink.
I don't ever log off of any of this stuff.
Well, no, nobody ever logs off.
Right. So I don't sit there for 30 minutes an hour staring at Twitter. It's always in the background. I check it from time to
It's like
time.
a junkie having their TV on
Jesus
like all the
Christ.
time.
That's not being
Anyway, he says, and this is for Toby and Bryce,
What?
because I know they're fans.
Of?
He says we all love to laugh at Rob Liefeld's titty Captain America. We all seen this classic photo.
Oh yeah. The little front shot.
But honestly, are any of the Heroes Reborn books actually worth reading? Help me decide whether.
Hold on. Does he actually need to read them?
Help me to decide whether to pull the trigger on that Heroes Reborn Fantastic Four trade coming out.
Wait, what?
Yes, absolutely.
Heroes Reborn
No.
was not sarcastically really good.
No, that Fantastic Four is phenomenal.
Is it? I don't understand if this is a troll question or sarcasm. Heroes Reborn was actually good.
Yeah.
I read them. They were all fine.
Well, I didn't realize they were actually good because all my life I was kind of hiding the fact I really liked them because I thought
everybody else hated them.
Yeah, I thought everybody else hated them because I actually generally really liked them because it brought me back into books. I didn't realize people actually liked them. I thought it was shunned away, so I was like, okay, because I ordered the trades from Ryan. I fucking didn't tell anybody about it. I have all the trades, by the way, except for I think I missed Avengers or Iron Man.
They're all coming back.
I have all of them.
I know you have all of them.
Toby's just sitting there. Fuck Heroes Reborn.
It's true.
It's so relieving for you.
It's the first time. It's the first time I had a subscription at a comic book store.
Heroes Reborn.
I mean, not Heroes of Villains. Heroes Reborn.
Heroes Reborn. Not. Sorry, Heroes Return.
Oh, that's the stuff I'm talking
stuff
about.
After.
Oh, wait.
You're talking about
I'm
Reborn.
really confused.
Yeah,
so it is
Reborn.
the horrible stuff I liked.
Yeah. Return was like my return to Marvel. Basically,
wait. Is he asking for Reborn or Return?
He's looking for Reborn.
Oh, Reborn? Which one? Fantastic Four with Mike Wieringo?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it was?
Fantastic Four was Jim Lee.
No, he's talking.
Jim Lee was Return.
He's a no.
No,
that's Reborn.
He was Reborn.
All right, we're talking Reborn or Return?
Reborn.
We're talking the Image ones.
Image ones, yeah. The Jim Lee one's phenomenal.
That's Reborn.
And I thought Captain America was a fun read.
Yeah.
And Cable was in an issue.
Yeah. And
I knew that. Don't look at
the
me.
weirdest part of that is when they actually crossed over with
Gen 13.
Yeah, it's Gen 13 and World War 3.
Well,
it was
the
the
Wildstorm universe.
It was the issue 13s. They were all written by James Robinson.
Yeah,
if
it
I'm
was
not
World
mistaken.
War 3, right?
Yeah, I don't remember, but I remember.
World War 3.
Yes.
I've filed enough of them.
Yeah, that was an interesting.
That was one of the first times I remember, part 4 came out before part 3 or something like
Yeah,
that.
well, it was
really
Image.
weird. So,
it was really weird because they didn't announce it number 13, and then 12
they
was
just
it,
happened.
and then randomly a 13 Fishy came out that was a giant crossover
Yeah.
with another universe.
Right,
That's
it's
DC
super.
now.
Yeah, it was super weird. Yeah. That Marvel. That was the first Marvel DC crossover, right? Or no, one of the last. Sorry,
Well, one of the last. Yeah. No, but so the Iron Man was actually all right. The Avengers is actually a fun read.
Yep.
And the Jim Lee Fantastic Four is probably the best out of the bunch. And the Captain America I actually personally liked, even though it was Liefeld.
Yeah. I liked them all. And in terms of the way they kind of structured that, and then leading right into sort of bringing them all back once they had been gone just long enough to be like, I'm ready for them. It got me hyped right again. It was sort of like I'm excited for this new take. No, I'm excited for them to come back. I really like that.
We have 12 issues. We're going to renumber.
Are all the traits coming back? Because I'm missing one.
I think so. I assume so.
Because I missed one of them.
I got Charlie.
Actually, I missed 2 of them because Charlie has 5 traits for some reason. He has the 4 main ones, and he has one that goes after, which somehow I totally missed.
Is it the crossover one?
No, he has something about the fucking
I think he
little
has the
kid
one.
Fantastic Four kid.
Or sorry, the
one where they come back.
The Heroes Reborn, the 4-part.
Yeah, it's a mini series.
Yeah, the mini. Yeah. That's the thing that wraps it up.
We have the issues in the bin.
Yeah.
No, I want to trade.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised they haven't done an omnibus to collect the entire thing. In
No,
one big book.
I want to trade. I want the 4 separately.
Don't they have?
That's a great point.
I thought they have.
I'm surprised they haven't.
Maybe
That would be an easy collection.
Yeah.
That would be.
I think it might.
Well,
Did they solicit one recently?
that would also be 50 issues. That might be too big for one omnibus.
wait.
No, I don't think it was.
Last
what I'm
week you
thinking
had
wasn't
the
fourth world
40-pound Fourth World book.
That's true.
Wait, are they gonna re-release them with different spines? Because that will piss me off. Because I'll totally rebuy all.
Of course.
all
Of course. Fuck! Whoa! Microphone.
Just sell them on eBay right now.
Tim says,
What's up, Tim?
I purchased Avengers No Surrender every week as it came out, but didn't read it until after issue 16 came out.
No surrender.
Is there any run that has come out that you purchased that you wish you could go back in time and tell yourself, this is trash, don't waste your money?
Wow, dude. I can't answer other than to say that I totally disagree. I love No Surrender.
Yeah, No Surrender was very good. I don't know. I mean, what is he thinking?
Is this Jim's
Plus,
sock
he got
bucket
to read
account?
it all at once.
Maybe that was the problem.
So
No, it's more like Brock's sock puppet.
I agree. No Surrender was good. I enjoyed that. But to answer the question,
Complete trash.
there's plenty of stuff in my collection
Hate
that's
you, Tim.
complete trash that I still bought and never got around to reading anyway. So
That happens.
I've
all
just
the time.
put.
Yeah,
I've just
yeah.
put.
That is way more like.
What's her name's Catwoman run? Just like nope. Just file them. Just file them. Who the hell was it?
Oh, it was
What's her name?
Shit.
Oh,
What
it's
was
so
her
bad.
name?
It's so bad. It's like nope. Just file the
That
entire
was the
run.
stuff. That was
Which Catwoman was bad?
It was the tail end of the
New
New
52.
52.
It's so terrible.
No, it wasn't the tail end. It was.
It's
in
like the
between.
middle
The-
section.
Oh,
yeah.
Nicetti.
Yeah, and Nicetti.
It was
Yeah,
Nicetti.
just like, nope. Just the entire run in the box, done.
is that
File
after
it.
Winnick left
File
the
it.
title?
Yeah.
And then what's funny is it got really good after.
It's at the very end.
At the very
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
More
Yeah,
questions.
I don't
More questions.
no run you bought the entire thing of and just didn't like.
DC Bombshells.
Whoa, that was rough.
It was.
I read those.
It was.
There's still
I
half
got-
of those are still in my unread
I just
box.
sold my. I just sold all of them for like $110.
I want to say I took the other half and just taped them up and put them in the already read book
They were
without
that.
even reading.
I read them all. They're that bad.
Oh, not good.
I've done that with like 90% of X books written by Cy Spurrier.
The so leader.
I just stopped reading at some point and just filed them.
Is that just to support the X and then just
Yes.
file?
Yeah, exactly. So the Cable and X Force and the Legion, and I don't know if he's done anything else that I can't think of right now, but yeah, if it's written by Cy Spurrier,
I was almost gonna just file the 2 issues of Suicide Squad he was doing, but they were actually good.
was Harley Quinn in them?
Yeah,
There you
that
go.
too.
Yeah, that'll.
Oh, I almost jumped off when Romita Jr. was doing art.
Oh, that's another one. I've probably filed some of his.
Question from Jesus. He says, I've been reading some old comics, and along with the current ones, it got me wondering, who is the Mount Rushmore of DC and Marvel?
Huh?
Who were
Creators?
the founding fathers
The creators?
of DC and Marvel?
Creators?
I mean, obviously Stan Lee,
Yeah.
right?
Stanley,
Obviously Jack Kirby.
Jack Kirby.
Oh, for each. His first question was for DC.
Well, but I mean, it makes sense
Lee
to kind
Kirby, Ditko,
Yes, Ditko, absolutely.
I mean, that.
JR.
Oh no, Roy Thomas.
Roy Thomas.
For
I'd
Marvel?
include JR.
Oh, original JR. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
JR
Sound
Senior.
meter. For DC, I mean, it would be Bob Kane,
Kane,
Jerry Siegel, Jay
Jerry
Schuster,
It's just the old school.
and
Who brought him back to life?
maybe Kurt Swan.
Jeff Johns.
Who brought him back to life?
It depends
Neil
on if you
Adams?
go modern or if you stick
Well,
with
no,
just-
Mount Rushmore
Is-
I mean, like, this is a major history fail on my part. It's 3 founding fathers, and isn't it Teddy Roosevelt?
Lincoln.
Or is it Abe Lincoln? Who's there's like 3 of a kind ish, and then there's one new. We're all looking at our phones. Higgins is looking it up. Scott and Charlie are playing Marvel Puzzle Quest. My phone is charging.
I'm fisting the mic.
Whoa.
Who did the original All Winter Squad covers? Schuster?
Yeah, Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and Lincoln. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so I said Roosevelt. My bad, Lincoln. My point is that like 3 of them are of the same
Right.
age group, and
Yeah.
then there's Lincoln who comes
Well,
later.
it's not that much later.
Roosevelt comes later. Roosevelt's way later.
Right. Roosevelt, we just agreed, isn't on it. I'm talking about Lincoln comes way later.
Didn't you just say Roosevelt was?
Is your mic just not on? Like, what is going on here?
Who are you talking to?
He must not be loud
Brock.
anymore.
No, because we're sharing.
Oh, wait,
we
who
need
did
2
you
new
say?
mics.
Huh?
Who did you say?
Let me get back to it.
Ryan Reynolds?
Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and Lincoln. Yes, Roosevelt is the
Okay, Roosevelt is
the
on
kind
it.
of
All
outlier.
right. So 2
outlier.
of them.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, it's a smorgasbord.
It's too early, middle, and late.
It's a smorgasbord of time travel.
But late is still not modern. Like, it
Cable-
wouldn't
Cable
be
would
anyone.
agree.
Yeah, it wouldn't be anyone alive. So yeah, but I think.
All right, so two of the Olsky Wolskis, one of a very old but not of the original cast, and then one middle of the way through.
Sure, that works.
So for you, it's Lee, Kirby,
Yeah.
Claremont,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Byrne.
Miller.
yeah. It's Millar. Spurrier.
All right, let's do one last question because
No,
this is obviously
just
turning
kill
into
myself.
the worst thing of all time. This comes from Peter. He says, "I just saw Infinity War this past weekend.
Did you cry?
What was the longest you've gone after a movie you want to see? past the release date without seeing it? And were you successful in avoiding spoilers? So for all these big comic nerd movies, what's the longest you've gone without seeing it? Spoiler free. I mean, Last Jedi, I was a full week and change, so there's almost 2 weeks before I saw it.
Last Jedi, I did not see it till I got it on Blu-ray.
Did you really?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm one of the biggest Star Wars fans, and I was traveling.
Oh, really? I was bigger than me because I'm the number one star. Just kidding.
You might actually win that poll, Bryce.
Kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
But no, I missed it over when I was traveling overseas. I came back and I never got around to it.
Yeah.
So
with Deadpool and Solo, I'm going to be gone for both of them, so I'll catch them some point in the next couple weeks. Hopefully, I can remember.
There are movie theaters in DC that you can go to at
going
night.
to be very busy or sleeping
or on Twitter.
Or on Twitter. Huh?
Are you fighting Trump?
I mean, I don't know. My schedule's open.
Oh, but your schedule's open, but you can't watch movies?
He's going to fight Trump on Twitter.
You and Trump would go fight, except that you're both too busy on Twitter.
Yeah.
So, in general, when it comes to most franchises and stuff I care about, I feel a abnormal amount of pressure to make sure I see them before I work at the shop next.
Right.
Yeah. Which means
I have not yet seen X-Men Apocalypse, and I own
Spoiler,
it.
it's really bad.
Confirmed.
I still like the opening.
One of the worst.
Is it worse than Batman and Robin?
No, it's not that bad.
Two like grabs.
Yeah, it's wow. It's apples and oranges. I mean, that's not a fair comparison. Those were like a joke, whereas X-Men like wants to be taken seriously. I feel. I'm not sure that that was ever the plan with the last two Batman movies, or those second two of the four of that era.
I don't know. The second two of that era, I think, were just trying to skew closer to the 60s Batman again. Like they were trying to bridge
close.
between.
They were so close that they were using the sound effects.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a reason it's Joel more Neon Schumacher.
I don't really know why they decided, okay, we need a 60s, the Burton Batman, but yeah.
Who do I?
We got to get that demographic back.
Don't forget Aaron Jenkins' question.
Aaron Jenkins' question. You read it. I closed my page already.
You closed out of Twitter? That doesn't sound like you. Okay. Question from Aaron Jenkins.
What's up, Aaron?
How is Bryce so handsome? Discuss. Good question. Oh, no, that's
Thanks for listening to the Comics Conspiracy Podcast.
That was in my head. How much of an impact do movies have on sales of a certain character comics?
We've talked about this
Yeah,
before.
it's not really, right? Which is surprising.
Wait, hold on. I said in my response that, we've already answered this before, but in which character do you think would see the biggest boost in sales after a good movie adaptation?
Oh, obviously Gambit.
No, that's Cable. That's Cable.
We don't know about Cable yet, but we do know that after Infinity War came out, that we sold all of our trades of Infinity Gauntlet that following weekend.
Yeah.
So the way I kind of look at a lot of this is it's really random. Even just the after credit scene of Thanos in the first Avengers caused all sorts of Thanos books to fly off the shelf, even though he wasn't the main villain of the movie. Obviously,
almost more the teases do more.
The teasers do more than the actual film.
Yeah, and fucking
Because of
Infinite
speculators.
Gauntlet doesn't count because you were here pushing on every single person that walked in.
I was
that does
not.
count. They
I
have,
was
they have
not.
to come in and ask it on their own.
They
You
did.
going, have you watched the movie? You should read this. Don't leave the store without this.
No, that's not true. That's not how it
totally
happened.
what happened.
So
I was
wait,
here.
Are you?
You were outside.
Wait.
I was here. You were like, this is the last book we have in the store. You better buy it.
So you keep in mind that Jim doesn't work at Comics.
He doesn't. So my coworker came in here. Jim started answering questions. He was behind the counter, and let me show you the book. I'm like, hey man, you know that.
Well, it's not like anybody else works around here and helps the customers.
He doesn't actually work
Ryan's
here.
on Twitter.
No.
I'm doing back
Ryan-
issues.
Ryan
I don't
was
want to
not
fucking
on
talk to
Twitter
anybody.
Ryan-
Charlie's sitting there watching his TV.
Ryan was not on Twitter. For once, he was on the shitter.
Ryan's behind the counter, and he's like, "Oh, there's a customer. Jim's got him. Never mind."
Yeah.
He just keeps on going.
Jim makes like $500 in sales.
He doesn't even work here.
Thankless job Jim does.
But no, it's true. I mean, there isn't just like all of a sudden 500 people are buying Avengers every month because there's an Avengers comic. It doesn't do that. It's just some books.
Normally so Walking Dead is a big, Walking Dead was big. Like the show came out, people started to read it, but it didn't really transfer over to. It boosted single issue sales for a little bit, but they just fell off.
It boosted trade sales.
But trade sales have since fallen off.
Yeah.
In the store here, but the fact that Walking Dead still is a top 10 book every month would never have happened without the show.
No.
Well, and then Watchmen was a big one where the movie came out and everybody bought it but I think that's because it's a singular entity.
Well, I think it was also the time that came out. We weren't in this, like Sin City, same kind of thing. When that first Sin City movie came out, but once you hit a certain saturation point, people stop hunting down because there's always the next comic book movie right now.
When people come in and they're like, I don't really read too many comics, but I've seen all the movies. What do you recommend? I usually do recommend Infinity Gauntlet, Civil War, things that do kind of have a Winter Soldier. Especially if they're full Marvel stuff, the full trades. They kind of have the names that are similar, or I've said, like, if you like Age of Ultron, you can get the Age of Ultron comic. It's really different, though.
Absolutely.
But Civil War is,
Civil War has close. But just like I told them for the Infinity Gauntlet, there are aspects of the book that are directly
you were selling them.
that are directly incorporated into the movie, but it is a very different story.
Right.
But it's still a very good story.
Well, it was also a completely different era with completely different main characters at the time.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's
there was the missed opportunity for Guardians. Because we had a lot of people come in before Guardians came out, but the trades weren't available.
Yeah.
Well, Guardians is one of those where it's kind of more.
It's like, what is this?
They would come in to figure out what it is.
If you're looking at like Amazon's top seller, I know they had the first of the modern Black Panther trades was available, I think, free on Amazon when the movie was coming out. So clearly those books, probably the first volume or two, got some really big
like Kindle
sales. Yeah, probably really big sales. And I know in store, I definitely sold a lot more when the movie was out than I had prior to the movie coming out. But that has sort of hit up a limit. I will sell more Captain Marvel graphic novels when the new Captain Marvel movie is getting ready to come out. But it doesn't.
You might have 100 people come in and do that, but you'll only get one person that consistently comes in after that.
Right. It isn't consistent. I mean, I've sold a shitload of Volume 1 of Rebirth and New 52 Flash. A shitload because of the TV show.
Yeah.
Can't say that about number 2.
Yep.
Right. And that's just comics. You're going to get people that will come test out a few things. Maybe they'll read them online. Maybe they'll buy them on Amazon. Maybe the vast majority will not read them again. But hey, all it takes is a couple new customers. So yeah,
they'll be here for life.
Yep. Yeah, you get 1 in 100. That's pretty damn good.
Fucking Ryan is a drug dealer. It is.
First one's not free. No, it's not free. It's full retail. First one's full retail.
Except for all of the books this year that you've given away, like Marvel Legacy.
Yeah,
and
but
Mr.
he only
Miracle
gives them away to
#1
people who already shop here, pretty much.
I only give away the skunkiest.
That doesn't make what I said less true.
That's not working in favor, dude.
I know.
I'm not going to come back, dude. What is this shit?
Well,
So what you're saying is he's
Mr.
trying to
Miracle,
addict people on new drugs at the shop.
Mr. Miracle
Yeah.
was a case where I did give away the first one for free, and we got it's one of our, it's like our third highest
That's what I
subscribed.
just-
Drug dealer.
Yeah.
2 people said no, they didn't want it out of 60.
Very few, yeah. All right, that's our episode. Thank you guys all.
No, we're not done.
Oh,
I need to announce something.
oh boy.
Paul Messerschmidt.
I think his last name is pronounced Reynolds. Can you say it again?
1 down, 3 to go.
Oh boy.
That's it.
Is this a basketball thing?
That's a basketball thing, but we did not talk about the Oakland A's and the Boston Red Sox.
They lose?
Well,
One of them?
one of them
Most
lost.
likely.
I did not watch the game today. I've been too busy on Twitter.
What about
Obviously.
Confirmed. 2 busy.
what about your diehard fandom of Arsenal? How's that going?
It Deadpool with Manchester.
Sports talk.
Wasn't there a Buddy Larry sent me something? Wasn't Ryan Reynolds with Man U the other day doing something?
If you like soccer at all, go check out, just Google search Deadpool Manchester United promo.
Yeah.
It's really funny if you like soccer. Even if you hate Jose Mourinho and or Manchester United, it's still really, really funny.
Is that the one where we sit on the couch?
Nope. But anyway, so
Cold opening.
it was very funny. Go watch it if you have a chance. If you like soccer,
All right.
or if you like handsome men with the last name Reynolds.
Is anybody going to get those trolleys? Try those Deadpool exclusive trolleys.
I bet Albert Soy will via his app Camby. He's going to go on
everywhere
with his little hands and go on Camby and buy some gift cards for Comics Conspiracy that you can buy on there. Albert's been on vacation. Not vacation. He's been on work trips for a while. Albert, you got to come in. I'm going to see you, man. It's been too long.
Jim on vacation?
Julian Titus has the Nerds of Love Pants podcast at pixelbit.com. Make sure you go check out their podcast. Ryan Hess has Blowhards, which is a video game podcast. That's blowhards.libsyn.com. I mean, I really...
No. You should be following Ryan on Twitter because apparently he's showing his mother all the Marvel movies in chronological order.
Nice.
And he's giving her reactions to them, and they're pretty funny.
Nice.
Huh?
Nice. Ryan Hess.
Yeah. He's on Twitter. He's showing his mom, and he hits the replies. For
Jody Lawson is canon the Triad Comics anthology at triadcomicsstudios.com. And Larry Davis, of course, has the Stand and Deliver, no relationship to the Adamant song. This is a podcast about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. If you can check that out, it should be on iTunes. Yeah, JoJo's, yeah. Thank you also to Sam Shea, Craig Anderson, Joe Duff, Andrew Nelson Mendez, and Darfox8 over at the Manga Machinations podcast. Thank you guys all very much for your continued donations
YouTube page?
to Patreon. I don't think it got fixed. They somehow got their
They got their asses raped.
I don't know. Whoa!
Wow.
Bryce is awake now.
Let's
in a
walk that one
YouTube
back.
somehow for some reason banned their page. Yeah,
It sucks. I'm sorry, guys.
We don't know what happened. Then Manga Machinations. Go listen to the podcast.
Manga Machinations?
Yeah, Manga Machinations.
Freaking amazing. Listen to it, unfortunately.
What is going on?
I know, and I'm so bummed.
Patreon.com/ComicConspiracy. That's where all those guys kicked us a few bucks and many, many more. We'll mention everyone's name later on in next month sometime. If you want to kick us a buck or three, who knows? Patreon.com/ComicConspiracy. The Comic Conspiracy Podcast. You can find us at
Only with 4 shots of
Conspiracy
Jameson's.
Podcast.com, which currently redirects to geekbox.net while we're getting our podcast stuff reset up, and of course on iTunes. Please rate and review us.
Bryce's.
That always helps people find us.
Have you read any of the new reviews for iTunes?
No, I don't read. I know, but it does help people find it. The Comic Conspiracy at Geekbox.net is where you can go to, or you can email. That's an email address, so don't go to there. Email me there. It's a long form questions. Digital.comicsconspiracy.biz. There's a huge sale right now. Well, no, the Scott Center one just ended. There's a huge sale.
I couldn't find that one. I was actually
It was over.
It ended yesterday.
Yeah, well, I was looking further along than yesterday. Or before, not along.
I just saw your tweet today.
For
That shows you how often I go on Twitter, unfortunately.
Was
it a good sale?
Big Deadpool sale right now.
Yeah, there's a big Deadpool sale right now.
No, fuck that pool.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of Scott Center
all
stuff.
about cable.
Cheap on Comixology. And there's a DC TV one. So like Arrow, Preacher, all that stuff. Flash. I mean, there's tons of sales going on. There's a huge Transformer sale going on too.
Wait, they renewed Preacher?
Yeah, I think so. Season 3?
Guys.
4? 3? Conspiratorybrock.com. That's Brock's blog and video pull list. You can go on there and see Brock's videos. Wanderers in the Fourth Dimension. That's Charlie's Doctor Who podcast.
Sweet. I listen to that every week.
Wanderers, your favorite.
No, you don't.
Every week.
Doctor Who.
So pumped.
What's wrong with Scott? He's such an asshole. Etsy.com/shop/Leanne Hill Art. That is my wife, Leanne.
You go there every week, too?
Actually, I do really like Leanne's art. It's awesome. You guys, if you don't have a piece, go get it. She's really good.
Yeah. We're all on Twitter. Ryan Higgins, Ryan. That's me. I'm on Twitter occasionally. Brock is Brock Sager. Larson Bryce. That's Bryce Larsen. Toby's Toby XI when he remembers his password. Charlie's Insanity and Chaos. The store is ComicsCon Store. Scott is CS Shea. Jim is LD Exterminator. What's Nadia's Twitter account?
Our live studio audience.
Yeah.
Nadia, a.k.a.
She was throwing some fire on there.
She was.
Just
Ooh.
a.k.a. the not dead rubber of the most important election of the century.
Are we recording next week?
Hey,
And of course, Geekbox, Comedy Button, Manga Machinations, and Infinite Binge on YouTube. There will be no Geekbox next week, and there will be no Comic Conspiracy Podcast next week. I will be out of town. So I'll go to Washington, D.C.
to fight Trump?
Because it's better than Washington Marvel. But hold on that joke for a while. Bryce is just looking at me, just...
Just FYI, I have to get back on the road starting next week.
Yeah,
and,
you're going to be gone.
I wanted to thank everybody for having me here. So, everybody's traveling here next week. And
Toby's going to be gone for like 3 weeks.
Yep.
I don't know where this week's kept adding with you, because I told you up front, I'm like gone the same time you are, plus 1 week. I don't know.
Toby's gone for 5 weeks.
And I'm gone indefinitely.
Yeah. Scott's gone for a while.
I'll still be here.
Everyone else will be here. So we will.
Bryce?
I'm in Hawaii next week.
We'll be, yeah.
Ooh, everybody.
And then I'm back for a week, and then I'm in Palm Springs the
So,
week after that.
so you're
Hashtag
not
white
even going to be
people.
able to do a 0.5 next week.
Nope. 0.5 week off. That's all right. People will survive.
We're going to record it tomorrow and post it next Tuesday.
Don't worry. There will be only the
you
biggest
guys
comic
realize?
news ever will be out next
After
week.
the Warrior game.
So if that happens, are you going to call us for an emergency recording session?
No.
Wait,
I'll just talk about it on Twitter.
are you recording one the week after the week you're not recording one?
I would assume we'll record the week after. Yes, since I'll be back.
Who's going to be on?
Yeah.
I'm assuming
will.
us.
I will.
So
The
there you
number
go.
one cable
There you
fan
go.
will be on.
Yeah. And we'll catch you then. Goodbye, and see you guys in 2 weeks.
Bye.